Hola. Okay. So God is telling me to speak his word rather than write it because a lot of people um, don't know me and may be taking the words that I am saying out of context or reading it in a manner that I am actually not even saying it. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna start speaking the word. So one of the things that God was pointing out to me lately um, was the verse in First Timothy. So I'm gonna read it right. It says First Timothy 2:11, and I'm gonna put it in the video too. So, um, let the women learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. And so God was telling me that like people get this misconstrued and they think that women are not supposed to teach, and that's not it. That is not the context that Timothy was talking about. So he was not saying this in a general context. He was speaking from a marriage perspective, right? So in other words, the man needs to be the one that makes the decisions and not the women, because Eve messed that up, right? And he was telling me like, okay, there are plenty of women who know when God is speaking and they can tell you a thing or two, right? And so then he took me to Judges 4:14, right? And it says, Deborah said unto Barak, Up, for this is the day in which the Lord hath delivered Sisera into thine hand. Is not the Lord gone out before thee? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him. So if you don't know the story about Deborah, she led Yasharel in a war against Sisera, and they won. And you can see she told Barak, who was the head of the military, for lack of a better word, she told him what to do. And he had 10,000 men under her. Under him. So that means that she was over all of them. And it's safe to say that she exercised her authority in Christ. Now, with that being said, the Bible does not have no verse of her exercising that same authority over her husband, which was Lapidoth. I don't know how to pronounce it. But her husband was Lapidoth. Her husband was not Barak. And so that's why she was able to exercise that authority. And then he also told me, for those of y'all who want to be technical and be like, oh, she was born before Christ and blase, blase, God told me to tell you this. He told me to take you to John 8:58. So Jesus said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. So y'all can sit and marinate on that. We all know Jesus was the first, last, beginning, middle, and end, all right? So he holds divine authority. Okay. And I'm just going to end it with this. Like, y'all need to start learning to exercise wisdom and just stop, like, learn to think for yourself instead of just going off of what somebody else says. Like, even me. But I know what I'm saying makes sense because this came directly from God. I did not think of this on my own. I can't think of this on my own. God gives it to me. So I know it makes perfect sense because God makes sense. But yeah, that's the end of that. Y'all be blessed.